Our drama, our challenge right now is a home remodel. We've been out of the house for a year. It's taken a year and a half. We're still not getting the job done. We're at the finish line, but we're not there yet. So we're very much struggling with home remodel project.
Okay, keep the microphone. So all I've heard so far is home remodel. I haven't heard why you're struggling.
The general contractor is not managing the project, and there's zero quality control. We have to interface with the subcontractors and become educated on everything in the house to do quality control ourselves.
Okay, so that's your reality. I'm just wondering why you're suffering.
You want to help me with this one?
And I love that you're willing to do this with me. You guys, are you getting it? Yes, tell me more.
Every phase of the project has been a mistake, big mistakes, major mistakes. There's not one thing that actually went right. And no matter how proactive we've been to do his job, he still fails.
More reality. So why are you suffering?
A lot of time and energy is being put into it that's taking away from other aspects of our life, our relationship, and our primary jobs. Are not going as well since all this other energy is going into this other project.
Okay. I love that you're sharing with me your reality. And one of the best things you can do for your team, yourself, and people that you love is help them step into what I call some empowerment by separating out reality from suffering. The suffering part is completely optional. I hear some painful things, but pain comes and goes almost instantly. Suffering is how we hold on to it and live in it, even when the pain has moved on. And so when I hear your story, and how many of you are like, oh, I hate home remodels, and of course, and are thinking like she should sue them and they should do this, and you're just finding more ways for them to suffer. I can hear it in the group. I'm going to see them on break. I have a good lawyer, specializes in contracting. Your reality is that you started a home renovation and you chose a contractor and you had a plan and your renovation hasn't gone to plan and it's taken longer than you'd hoped. The general contractor didn't meet your expectations. All need to be addressed. That suffering part is optional. There's two ways to go through this home remodel. It is what it is. Joy or misery, your choice. How many of you, when someone says something in the hallway to you and you're like, you can sit down, thank you for that, says something to you in the hallway and you're like, I can't believe they did that to me, that was rude. And how much did it take out of your day? Maybe 1 minute? How many of you give them another good hour? Oh my gosh. So I was just really hurt right now and I just really want to relive it. So Alex just walked by, totally insulted me. You don't understand the insult. Okay, so I just got to pull up a chair here because I really need to relive it and I really need you to relive it and I just really want to get this thing going. What happens, happens. And you'll hear today that the Dalai Lama talks about if you can fix it, fix it. And if you can't fix it, readily accept it. The third option, I'm going to vent about it, is really where we suffer. And so it's helping you get more conscious about the times your ego is playing you and get more conscious about your responses and get more conscious, not how you think positively. This is not a positive thinking course. How you move beyond it so that you aren't tapping into the tape that's always playing. Now, I want empathy. I don't want to diminish the suffering because that sounds like something I wouldn't choose for my day-to-day if I had a choice. But you'll hear a lot about how to separate out reality from suffering because the suffering part is optional. And when you're suffering, you usually only come up with extreme things to do to change your reality. And extreme things usually get you into polarity, but which usually causes more division and more tit for tat instead of all the innovative things you could do that would bring us together and be more decisive. Now, you're not to blame for the situation, but a lot of times when we get into suffering, we can't even find our accountability for the situation. I recently heard Christina Northrup talk. She's a beautiful physician who talks a lot about breast cancer in women's bodies. And she was helping people understand the choices you make that can increase or decrease your likelihood of the breast cancer, even if you're genetically disposed. And somebody got their ego just hit. They stood up and they said, heck no, this is baloney. You are blaming the victim. I got breast cancer. I did not cause this. And she did such a beautiful thing. She said, I'm not asking you to take the blame. I'm asking you to take the responsibility for your recovery. I'm not asking you to take the blame for your disease, but I am calling you up to take responsibility for your recovery. And she went on to explain how often when people need to step up the most and find their responsibility, we enable them the most in reinforcing a victim mindset. My family has a lot of breast cancer. Some have gotten into the I'm gonna fight and the polarity of that. Some have gotten into like I'm the victim and my life is over. And other people have gotten into wow, blip on my health script, my health, like blip on the radar of my health. Let's get good information, put it in perspective, and move joyfully through life. It's more of a dance. I'm not saying any of them are right. I'm just saying we have a lot more choices than we believe. Did you guys pick up on suffering versus reality? We'll talk more about that. Thank you for that. How are you doing? Are you picking up on the optionality of your suffering? A little bit? See, drama is the optional part. Drama is what we hold on to or what we keep.